Good morning. This is Michael Edward Reeve. It's Saturday, April 30th, 2016. I'm back at Starbucks Coffee in 6th and Union in King County, Seattle, Washington. And I wanted to tell you a little more about myself because, well, I'm a minister on Social Security and I'm basically homeless, but secretly, which isn't such a secret anymore, I'm a United States Marshal without property, a law enforcement officer without a gun, if you don't know what that means, and I wandered these streets of my youth where I was basically a rock and roll legend and a Hollywood star living in And well, it's kind of like this. My grandpa, right, Edward J. Doyle, he's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Well, he served 4 years with the Marines in World War II in the Japanese theater. They shipped him basically to Australia, and he had to board a transport and go island to island warfare until he got to Okinawa, where he ran out of ammunition. He had to climb a tree, and he jumped out, and he killed a Jap, took his rifle, and killed the rest of the Japs. And then the United States Air Force flew over Japan and dropped a bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. My grandfather was on the island. Well, they brought him back to the United States, and he went to work for the fire department, installing sprinkler systems, and then went to work for the United States Mint. Edward J. Doyle is his name. My dad, Gerald Reef Sr., he was born in Roxborough, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and he joined the Marine Corps in 1965 when he was 17. They sent him to Iceland for some training. Then they sent him to Vietnam to ride around in a tank and be the guy, after the orders are delivered, to get out of the tank and run into the jungle, wherever the tank was parked, and run into the jungle and look for the guy that they had to arrest, probably to kill him. And then run back out and go towards the tank, hoping and praying, I guess, the guys in the tank still liked him and loved him and, well, had his back. And me, I'm a United States Marshal, and I've never been paid. And I was accused of assault and battery of a fellow officer. After that fellow officer grabbed my ass cheek, I told him to let go twice, and then I decked him. They put me below deck of the ship. And then they came and got me out, gave me my guns, after they gave me some medication, and told me to rest both skipper. Good thing I didn't kill him. And then they put me in an airplane at 35,000 feet with a parachute strapped to my back, still heavily medicated, and pushed me out. And I landed in the Middle East. They picked me up and drove me to a prison in the Middle East and told me to check myself in because I was under investigation. And then they came back a little while, gave my guns, and told me to turn right around and go to that commandant's office and arrest him. Good thing I didn't shoot him either, huh? And here I am back in the U.S., and I wandered into Virginia Marine Corps headquarters, and complaining of a headache at the hospital. They gave me a pill that confused me and made it worse for a couple of years, and then they accused me of robbing and put me in the state penitentiary for about 3 years, 7 months, and then a halfway house for 3 years after that. Pretty crazy story, huh? And I'm on Social Security now, and I'm very grateful for it. And I guess the whole object lesson is, well, some people is born to serve in wealth, to serve wealth, and some people's born to serve property, and some people say, what the hell is the difference? But, well, we have to think about it for a while. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you. Because that $12,000 you pay me, that's why they're doing that way to me. I'm sure of it. Of course, when I stated like, you got to figure it out. a lot of them start backpedaling, start getting into soda, a lot of soda, like, huh, how this happen? Especially after 500 pointing at the whole house all motherfucking day long. And I ain't queer. Anyway, still waiting on them credentials. Check this, I had a PhD when I was 16 years old. Said, you make a great lawyer. Wouldn't you like to be a lawyer? Work at the court, that makes it real good money. Might ever be rich, though. You will work for the United States government. So I signed the United States Magistrate Service Contract in 1988. Signed the Commerce Department contract in 91. I signed the U.S. Army contract in 92. Then they set me to work as a truck driver without credentials for being a marshal. As an interstate truck driver, a cook, burger flipper. Then I was a construction worker with hard hat on. Sheet metal worker. Snip, 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 snip. Snip, 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 snip. I built hospitals, in fact, right here in the United States of America. In the Denver metro area. Did that for 10 months in sheet metal. But I was a residential refrigeration, heating and cooling equipment installer for about a year. It's kind of a fun job. What's a residential heating and cooling installer? That's basically an electrician, a pipe fitter, steam fitter, sheet metal worker, gas worker, and plumber. Sometimes carpenter. That's what a refrigeration man is. Oh, excuse me. Seem to have ingested something. Anybody got an idea what that might have been? I ain't brother, yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to have a nice day, but every day I wake up, it's kind of like, I'm still here. Well, know why? Because I sleep on the ground in the land of good and plenty. It's called the United States of America. So they told me. Back when they asked me if I wanted the job. Anyway, I mentioned Virginia a lot of this, and that Marine Corps headquarters base here in Virginia, because it is, right? They also got one of the largest prison systems in the United States, if not the largest mental health system in the United States, I'm pretty sure, and the highest HIV/AIDS rate in the country too. And there's Norfolk Naval Installation, there's Quantico FBI Marine Law Enforcement, and there's Langley, which is Air Force CIA headquarters. And then out there in Charlottesville, where I had wandered into unsuspectedly, unknowingly, unwittingly, thinking they would never do anything like that to me, is the Army. And well, I wonder why it wasn't any of them that told me, hey boss man, you the Army Marine Corps boss, you probably good need that you get the fuck out of here. Because they're going to kill you when they catch you. And if anyone had ever said, I said, catch me? I'm not a felon. What the hell would they want to catch me like that for? Anyway, I guess that's enough for now. I got some other work to do. Just remember this. I can't say that anymore because in Charlottesville, I worked over there by Martha Jefferson Hospital. in the FBI office answering phones and entering the information computer. They had me so sedated, I forgot I had a gun on my hip and that they kidnapped me, even though I was real FBI at the time. They kidnapped me because they came and got me in my sleep from where I think Pennsylvania, Colorado, where I was living, and brought me there and put me in the back office to answer phones and information to a computer with a gun on my hip and my FBI badge on me. And then I fell asleep again and woke up, forgot all about it for years. I just remembered it. It must be at least almost 20 years. Isn't that fucking crazy? And no, I've never been paid for every law enforcement officer leading up to U.S. Marshal. They say you got paid, you got trade skills, and you got a PhD. Yeah, but I'm a homeless bum now on Social Security. I don't get to use any of that stuff for pay. So what did you give me besides a headache, a stomach, and a whole lot of heartache and some backache, pains from sleeping on the ground anyway? And you worked me so hard in the work study program. I ain't never been married, ain't got no children, and I ain't never made enough money in the secular field to even dream of putting a down payment on a house over a car. So what did you give me? I always wanted to ask you that. Can one of you please come over here and answer my question? What motive and opportunity? Is that what you're talking about? But to kick my ass some more and everybody around me? I mean, come on. and then if I don't wake up from my coma, just it, insist that you don't know who the fuck it is or where the fuck it is came from. I mean, I'm not trying to point the finger at anybody, but sometimes I wonder. Kind of crazy, huh? I mean, I did sign on the line. Confirmation of citizenship uphold the law. Confirmation of citizenship enforce the law. Both to the best of my ability, understand. And the law book clearly states that a United States Marshal shall not enforce all of the law without a gun. So please stop insisting I break your face for you every time you come rubbing up on me, wanting to queer on. Because I'm gonna tell you no to everybody in the room. No, I told you no. Then if you keep going and it hurt, like physically, I'm gonna break your face for you. Then I stand a chance in court because the law book also say even if a U.S. Marshal don't have his property, the court is under oath to tell the truth. And if they know I'm a United States Marshal, they better testify to it because the wrongful jailing of a United States Marshal, well, when they get a hold of you, you're going to find out what wrongful incarceration of United States Marshal, law enforcement officer, in good standing all about, because you're going to be a law enforcement officer that a fucking goddamn crook in a goddamn prison with goddamn criminals that don't give a fuck, especially about a law enforcement that a goddamn crook, like you almost did to me, except I ain't a goddamn law enforcement that a goddamn crook. So it didn't go really that hard on me. Anyway, just trying to have a nice day. And please, don't plot and plan. Don't plot and plan and carry it out, especially if it's against the law. Could piss more than a few people off. Good day to you.